Okay, so I'm just recording this, um, just in case I catch something while I'm doing this and need to talk about it or need to show y'all something, okay? So it's just basically for reference or whatever, okay? So what I'm doing right here is I've taken the footage, okay, and I slowed it down, all right, and then I've put it on my software right here, and I'm just literally just playing it. It's already slowed down, okay. This is where I caught the image of Kenneka's face, okay, and I'm just gonna go through here and just go slow just to see what we see when they're moving in slow motion, okay, just to see if we can see anything as far as what is going on, all right, because most of y'all already know where I pointed out, you know, where I saw a person and like maybe a black hoodie. I'm not really sure, but I saw a person that looked like they had a hood on, okay, like a hoodie on. But no doubt, no matter what, without a doubt, I saw Kenneka and I could clearly see her face. That was her, no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, I mean, that is clearly her. It looks identical to her face inside of the freezer, okay? So here we go. So remember now we have to be looking around in this area right here. That's where we saw Kenneka and the other person. Okay, see, I still see her face right here. Oh, God. Oh, my God. It looks like her face is over his shoulder. It looks like he's facing down this way. Like he's facing in that direction. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. See, like right now, it looks like his back is turned. As I'm moving, it looks like he's turning his back. And I still see her face. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, God. It looks sort of like, to me, it looks like he's got her from behind. Okay, I don't know. This is just what it looks like from right here. It looks like he's got her from behind, and it looks like his back is towards us. Okay, it looks like her head is like looking over her right shoulder. And this hand right here, it looks like it's her right hand. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like he's holding her from behind, like with the front part of her facing this direction. Looks like even the front part of him is facing this direction. See, when I saw the picture before, it looked a little different, but now when I'm looking at it with movement, that's what it looks like to me. If I could get rid of this. Hold on, let's see here, because eventually this bottom part should go off and I should be able to, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to put a couple different filters on this also. Okay, here, let's go. Yeah, let's do it backwards a little bit. Let's just check this out. Let me see, maybe. You know, and like I always tell y'all, if y'all see something else that I don't see, or that I'm not pointing out, or if you see it from a different angle than I do, please let me know. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that exactly what I see is that's what it is and that's that. You know, I mean, like to me earlier when I was looking at it, last night when I was looking at it, it looked different because all I was really focusing on was her face. I was such in shock that I had seen her face this clear that it took everything else away from me. But I do see, to me, it looks like he's walking and possibly, like trying to hide his face like usual. But it does look like, though, her face is possibly over his shoulder. Right there. Oh, God. See, like right there. You know, do y'all see that? Right here. Let's see. Go back a little bit. I can see her face right there. Like it's right. To me, it looks like it's right over his shoulder. Oh, my God. And see, if you look at this hand right here, this is her right hand. This looks like her right hand. It looks even like her, the red hair tie that was on her, or the pink reddish looking hair tie that was on her hand, on her wrist. That's what that looks like right there. You know, and also, not even just that, and this is something that I noticed before, but I didn't, I didn't even touch base on it because I wasn't sure what direction she was in. See, that's what I'm saying. It just looks, to me, it just sort of looks like he has her from behind with the front of her facing outward, and her head is like over her right shoulder. That's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong. I don't know. But when you look at her hand right here, to me, it does not look like a left hand. If you look at the shape of it, right here, looks like the shape of the outside of your hand. Okay, it doesn't look like where your thumb is. This is what it looks like to me. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, and that's okay. But to me, this right here looks like the outside of her hand. It looks like the outside of her right hand. See, like right here, how the arm looks like it curves right here? This looks like this would be her elbow, the inside of her arm, you know? Well, I guess farther up. My bad. Okay, but still, you see what I'm saying? Like, this right here looks like the outside of her hand, not the inside where the thumb is. And if you look, it looks like her index finger is pointing. Let me just play this real quick. Hold on. I have to get rid of this little bar at the bottom. Alright, see? It just... It's just something that... Let's go back. I don't know, but I do know, though, that I do see that clearly, okay? Her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this through some filters. We're going to put some filters on this. Alright, and see what we can do. Don't want to do that one. Let's see. Can always go back and fix whatever doesn't look right. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so see, if you're looking at exactly what I pointed out, look at that the whole time they're moving, and you can literally see the movement inside of her of what is going on. Mm. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down a little bit. Let's see what we can do right here. Slow it down some. And we're going to let's not do any of that right now. Let's just slow it down. Plenty of time to do everything else. Now remember, we slowed it down more. So look at that area that I showed y'all where she's at, and whoever that is with her, or whoever the people are that are with her. See her face right here. He's about to turn his back. As soon as he see his back is turning. There's her face still looking that way. Oh, God. Okay. Let's see. Now we're going to let's try this. God, it just breaks my heart. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I'm going to point something out real quick. This right here in the background, I know y'all remember me talking about this in that last video. In the background right here, and I say background, okay, because in this image, okay, of what they want us to believe is Kenneka, alright? Like I've already said, this is not her. This is not Kenneka. This image that we see right here is not Kenneka. Yes, Kenneka is there, but this is not just Kenneka. Kenneka's right here. Here's her arm right here. Like, this is Kenneka's face. Alright? There's someone holding Kenneka, and there's possibly someone else. Alright? There's her and definitely one other person, but possibly two people, maybe more. Alright? I don't know. But like I was saying, this is an image. I don't believe that she was in this kitchen. I believe that her image was placed in this kitchen. There was no need, there was no reason for them to bring her in this kitchen. You understand what I'm saying? And even if they did, that's fine. But I don't believe that this part right here was in there. This right here that they want us to think is her hair, it just looks odd. When you look at the top of it, and that's something that just keeps sticking out at me, and it's sticking out for a reason because it's not right. If you look up here, yeah, this is supposed to look like the center of her hair, okay? And that's what they want us to think. It's the center of her hair. That's not what that is. Y'all, it is literally a square, okay? And if you really look, you don't even have to look hard. If you just look, just pay attention, just look at it. It's a square that never goes away, okay? No matter how the light is shining on her hair, usually that'll change with some sort of, like with an angle or different reflections. Like, she shouldn't have a square right there in her head. If anything, it should be like a little, like a little circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where your hair, that's the center part of your head. So it should be like a little dot, sort of thing, with hair coming, like not a square. Okay, I've never seen that in anybody's head. This is a square. And if you look, you can see, to me, it looks like, You know how when you're going through the like the back hall, okay, the back hall, any of the back halls, any of the halls of Crowne Plaza, okay, any of the employee areas, they have the two-toned walls. It looks like the white wall with the bottom part that's blue, you know, or it's got a darker bottom part to it. It looks like it's blue to me. It could be the one with the purplish looking walls. I don't know. Maybe this filter is making it look blue. But the thing is, though, you can literally see, no matter what, you can see where it's two-toned, okay? And you see a square, which looks like in those back halls back there, you have the security window, you have the different like managers' offices, like different offices and stuff back there. They have the windows. Outside of the loading dock, there is the security office. There's a security office back there where they're supposed to stop and check in with security. Okay? It just does not look right. Okay? And what I really am wondering now is this footage that we don't have. You know how when on the outside of the kitchen where Kenneka was in the freezer, all right, outside of that kitchen, outside of those boarded doors, the wooden doors, outside of that, there's a camera up top that points towards the freight elevator and all of that, okay? For some reason, we don't have footage for that. They said that the camera wasn't working when, I mean, it looked like it was working on the police pictures. We saw where there was a red light. It looked like it was operating fine to us, but for some odd reason, we don't have footage to it. But it just makes me wonder, is this footage from that? You know, I'm really starting to wonder that or think that because of the fact of what I see here. It looks like she is being carried somewhere else. And like it was placed in this kitchen to make us think that she was roaming around, lost, drunk, and alone, trying to find her way out of this hotel. Okay? They had to do whatever they could do to hide what was really going on because they knew that it was a matter of time before they were caught. If they didn't do something quick and act on it quick and hide all of this stuff, they would have been busted. That hotel would have gotten shut down. There would have been a lot of arrests, and there would have been a whole lot of charges because I'm sure that a whole lot else would have come out besides just this. Okay, they have too much to protect. You know, and here I am. I said I was just going to be looking through this, and I'm not making a video out of this, but I guess I will be because y'all need to see this. You know, that's why I'm glad I recorded this because, as you can see, I have found out, you know, I have found things, you know, or somewhat, you know, maybe figured some things out. But see, if you look, see, you can always see it. Anytime this, as much as I move it back and forth, that does not change. You still see how the bottom is darker. You see a square, okay? You see a square. That does not change. And I understand, you know, reflections and reflections on top of someone's head. And I understand shiny hair. I understand all of that, okay? But shiny hair and a reflection does not make it look like someone is carrying another person through a hallway with a dark bottomed wall with a square window, and just so happens that an image of the girl that we're supposed to be looking at is right here of her in the freezer. Like, none of that makes sense. So, you know, nobody can tell me different. Like, this is what it is, and it doesn't have to be exactly that, but I'm more than positive this is in one of those back hallways. This is footage that we don't have, okay? Because once again, like I've said, they have to take footage that they don't want us to have, okay? And they have, it's somewhere, it's going to be somewhere in this surveillance footage, okay? It doesn't just disappear. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you take something, in order for them to hide that, like, that footage is somewhere in here, you know, and they have to cover it up somehow. So this is what they did. This is why a lot of things that we see that are supposed to be Kenneka, it looks like it's not where they're showing us. It looks like it's somewhere else. That's why, because it wasn't here. It was somewhere else. Okay? Like I said, they have to make it look like she walked alone through the halls. The reason for her roaming through this kitchen is because she was lost and trying to find her way out. She was supposed, you know, possibly looking for an elevator, possibly looking for an exit door. She was supposed to be looking for somewhere, some way to get out of there because she was lost. Even though she just came off of an elevator. She was drunk enough, I mean, she was smart enough to walk through a hotel drunk, and she was able to walk upstairs, highly intoxicated, walk upstairs and do all of this stuff while she was drunk, but she didn't have the, you know, the mind frame to say, oh, well, I just got the elevator. Let me go back this way and go to the elevator. That's a bunch of crap, okay? Or, oh, I'm just going to pass by the escalators and just keep walking forward, still trying to find my way out of here. Or I'm just going to go past the stairway and go back into the kitchen I just came out of. None of that makes sense, right? Okay, so we have to use what does make sense. We have a hotel who tried to cover up a huge crime. They tried to cover up her murder. Okay, because she didn't just die. This was not an accident. This wasn't something that just happened. She died. She got killed. She was placed there. Okay, so they had to, like I said, they had to try to cover this up. Like, and this is their way of covering it up. All right, they did a terrible, terrible job. Let's just put another filter over it and see if we can see it a little better. Let's see what this does. It's like a green. Okay. I still see the walls. I mean, and that's what I'm going to refer to it as the hallway walls, because that's exactly what it looks like to me. I see blue, I see white, I see a square, which would be the window. I see her face very clear. Oh, God. Let's play this. Okay. I'm trying to figure out exactly how he's carrying her, or maybe even possibly see who this is. You know, like I said, the way I was looking at it at first was a little different. I see it a lot clearer now. And also, I can see this back area very clear. Look back here, y'all, as it moves. Just look. You can see, like, it does not change. Square, blue on the bottom, white on top. Like, it's the same thing. Look at that. Hold up. Let me go back to that real quick. You see what I'm saying? Things like this don't just show up, okay? I know just as well as anybody else. I do know that surveillance footage can play tricks on your eyes and your mind and stuff like that, okay? But there's a difference between it playing a trick and it literally producing something that is actually there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a big difference. You know, and the thing is, there were a lot of things that we saw in clips of footage before we even got the 36 hours of footage. There were things that we saw in clips of footage and we didn't even realize what we were seeing, and then after we got all the footage, it was like, wow, you know, that's what we were looking at, or that's who we saw. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference. This part right here is not a trick. I'm just going back over it a little bit, just so y'all can see it again with this this color right here over it, and then we'll go do another one. If we do it with different ones, maybe we can find something that's a little clear, a little more intense. But I mean, I don't even need it to be clear. Like, I see her, I clearly see her, you know, and I see that background. This has to be them going through that back hallway. Let's see. Okay, I think the laundry area is blue and white. You know, the laundry hallway. Now, the hall that's right there by the boarded up doors, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that one is purple and white. Okay? So this right here could very well be them going through those back hallways. Maybe the laundry area or something. I mean, but I mean, it's very clear though. It's there. Let's see how this one does. I mean, I can clearly see her. She is right here. Okay, let's do this. Let's do... Alright, we're just going to play it in reverse real quick and just see. weird. Strange. Okay, now here, let me do this. Hold on. Okay. Oh. Matter of fact, I'm so sorry, y'all. Here, I'm going to do this again. I didn't even realize I had this little bar up. It's in the way. Okay. So maybe he is like holding her like chest to chest. You know, that's what I'm trying to figure out, okay? Because the way that her hand and her arm looked, it looked like he was possibly holding her from behind. But then, I don't know, when I go back and then whenever I see how her face is over him, maybe he's holding, maybe his back is towards us and maybe he's holding her over his shoulder, okay? And I say him, I don't know what it is, who it is. I don't know. I just assume that it's a guy. But it's so much. It's way more than this right here, just in this one clip. It's so much going on right here. It's more than just that. Like, it's so much more. I've seen so much in just this picture, and it's crazy. They really wanted us to just accept the fact that this is her. Okay? Not at all. Not at all. Dang. Okay. So, let me see if there's something else I can just sort of do. Let's just try it like this and see how this goes. Oh, hold on, let me take it off of reverse. Okay. Okay, well, I do see, like, I guess what would be her thumb. Okay, so maybe that is, maybe that is her odd left hand, okay? Like I said, that's why I'm recording this as I'm doing all of this, just in case it was some, things that I caught that maybe I needed to, touch base on, or whatever. It was just, really to get a deeper look at this, clip right here. But, yeah, nothing changes the fact, though, that I see her right there. Okay, turn that on. Just go back. Take that bar off the bottom. Okay. 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 Hold on. Let me pause this. I'm just trying to see if I can see any movement on the inside of this image, okay? Because I keep looking like right around up in here, okay? And it just... Let's see here. Dang. Let's see. Happen. I can see plenty of movement in there. You can literally see... You can see the person's arms moving and stuff, you know? So you can see how he's holding her. It looks like he's... You can see how his back is turned. As you can see his arms underneath hers. You know, and maybe that's not even a he. That could be Monifa. You know, she had on all black and she had that ponytail in her hair. And her ponytail, when you're looking at an image and that ponytail, that little ponytail sticking out, it can deceive your eyes and make you think that it's the back of a hoodie, okay? Because you know how a hoodie, if you have a hoodie that's like just halfway on and it's sticking out in the back and your head isn't in it, it's just like an empty part of the corner part of the hoodie, how it'll like stick out a little bit sometimes. That's what her ponytail sort of mimics, okay? Her ponytail mimics the look of the back of a hoodie. All right. You know, so that's what I'm trying to figure out, who this is that is carrying Kenneka, okay? Because we know that that's Kenneka. All right, we know that that's her right there. We've seen her face. There's no denying that. Like, that is her face. It looks just like her in the freezer. But who is this? Who is this with her? Okay? And, you know, and we got to figure out other pictures, you know, because this right here looks like, it looks like that hallway, y'all. It looks just like that blue and white hallway, like the hallway to the laundry room or laundry area, whatever it is. That's what it looks like, okay? And those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, in my last video where it says I found her face, that is what I'm talking about. In that video, I explained how when you're editing something, okay, these people didn't have a whole lot of time to edit 36 hours of footage, okay? They didn't have a whole lot of time to do anything because they knew that they had been caught up in something and they needed to act quickly because everybody, the whole world, was demanding footage, okay? They had to produce something. And this is what they produced, all right? They had to take out areas where they don't have videos of Kenneka walking through the hall and all that. They don't have that to produce. They can't show us that. So the only thing that they could show us is stuff that they could hide, stuff that they needed to hide, which is footage of her either being killed or footage of her being drugged to the kitchen or other people with her. They have footage of her, either fighting, footage of her not alive, unconscious, being forced to be taken to a kitchen. They don't have pictures of her just roaming around, voluntarily. Okay, so they had to take what they needed to hide, and they had to cover it with what they wanted us to see. They shrunk it, they put an image over it, they increased the size, and this is what we're looking at right here. This image, okay, without what I've explained to y'all, this image that we see is supposed to be Kenneka walking through the kitchen. It's supposed to be the top of her head. When that camera isn't even that close, I don't believe, to the top of anyone's head. But don't quote me on that, okay? Because none of that doesn't even matter. That's besides anything else. The point is they're hiding so much inside of the images of Kenneka, okay? They have to hide it somewhere, and that was the perfect opportunity because they had to produce something, and they had to produce something with action, something that is moving, okay? Like I said, they did not have a lot of time to do any of this, so it's something that they had to do very quick. But, we will be finding out a lot more. We will be finding out a whole lot more because I am going to continue looking through this part of the footage along with, obviously, everything else. I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures and clips and all types of stuff, okay, that need to be going through. So, I'm going to, as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Like I said, this was just something that I was looking through. I'm glad that I did record because I did not see those two-toned walls before. You know, I know last night I just kept wondering, like, what is this? You know, it was a square, and it just stuck out at me it was just really odd to me. But, I'm glad I did record this, though, because, you know, I did see where it's two-toned walls, and I really believe that this is in the laundry area. This part right here, this of them taking her or holding her, this is somewhere, maybe not even in the laundry hall, but it's somewhere where there's a blue and white hall. That's what it looks like to me. So y'all leave your comments and feedback below. Like I say, and like I always tell y'all, if y'all see something that I didn't see, or if you see things differently than I do, that's okay. Please let me know down in the comments below. Leave your comments. I want your feedback. I want to know what you see, because it might be something that I don't understand, or maybe something that I'm overlooking. If you don't want to leave your comments down below, you can always email me something. You can add me on Facebook. All of my links are down below. If you have not subscribed to my other channel, please click on the link and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till the next time I talk to y'all, have a wonderful day. I love y'all. God bless and be safe.